have discussed in the last class were on gradually varied flow, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So we
Last we
have
discussed our
discussed the
control section.
control section, yes. How control section affect the affect your what we can say flow profile. That means if a control section at downstream, whether it will be affected in supercritical flow or not, or subcritical flow, that things we have discussed, isn't it? So
Yes.
we also discussed different types of profile. That means M profile, S profile, C profile, A profile, H profile. All these things we have discussed. So this profile basically, that means this gradually varied flow equation. What is that equation? That is basically a non-linear equation. That means if I'm writing this equation, what is our gradually varied flow equation? dy by dx. dy by dx is equal to, suppose I'm writing in this fashion as b minus sf 1 minus q square t by GAK. So this is our gradual varied flow equation. So in this equation, see, this y is function of your x and y, isn't it? Y, that is water depth, is a function of x and y. So this is a non-linear equation and it is difficult to solve analytically. That means you cannot solve this equation directly. It is difficult because this is a non-linear equation. So for computing, suppose this is a river. Okay. Now we construct some barrier here. And because of, suppose this is the AM profile, so CDL is below your NDL. So this is your NDL. And because of this construction of dam or barrier, the profile will be like this. Okay. Profile will be like this. This is your NDL. This is your water depth, like this. Okay. In M1, that means M1 profile, at upstream, it meets the NDL. How it will meet? It will meet the NDL asymptotically. That means at what distance from the downstream it will meet? That you have to find out. That means what is the length of this profile? That means it will meet here, suppose NDL. Now, what is the length of this profile? Length of this? You don't know. And it is difficult to find out because, see, this is dy by dx. That means y with respect to h it is changing. Up to how far it will change at the upstream. That means you know here, this depth is you know. Because if you know the depth of this dam or barrier, then you can know this depth also because it is approximately equal to this or something somehow is above this. This is called freeboard. Freeboard. So at this control section, this is your control section now. At this control section, you know the depth of water, but this profile length you don't know, and you have to find out this profile length. That means L. So to find out this profile length, we have to follow some numerical method, or what we can say, some other methods also there. That those are called your different type of your what you can say finite difference schemes also there. Finite difference method. You heard about this Ranga-Gupta method, isn't it? Euler's method. This method you learn, I think, in mathematics. So with the help of this method, you have to find out what is the length of this profile. Suppose you have to compute a profile. Compute means what? Suppose in exam, for a compute the profile like this. Compute means what? You have to find out first what type of profile it is, whether it is M profile, S profile, C profile, H profile, or A profile. First, you have to find out this. How you can find out? By finding out your NDL and CDL. So if your NDL is above CDL, then your profile is M profile. If NDL is below CDL, then it is S profile. If NDL and CDL is equal, then it is C profile, like this. First step is that. Next step, after finding out, suppose this is a M profile. So after finding out these things, now suppose you have to find out what is the length. So how we can find out that length? For finding out that length, you have different method. One is your direct step method, another is your standard step method, Runge-Gupta method, modified method. The Runge-Gupta method, modified method, these are all numerical integration method. This method you learn in your mathematics, isn't it? Runge-Gupta method, Euler's method, Newton-Raphson method, you learn these things in your mathematics.
Sir, we only got Euler's method, sir. The other two we don't know.
Okay, other we'll discuss here. Then Runge-Gupta method, Newton-Raphson, we will all discuss here. Okay. So with the help of this method, you have to find out what is the length of this profile. Clear? So first we will discuss about direct step method. First is your direct step method. Direct step method. So now this is your bed. This is your water surface. See, I'm considering here steady non-uniform flow. Always remember, steady non-uniform. That means with respect to space, it is changing. Okay. So this is your water depth. This is your bed. So this angle is your SB, bed slope. This is your SB. I'm just considering two sections, 1, 1 and 2, 2 suppose. This is section 1, this is section 2. In a river is, I'm just considering two sections. Okay. Within two sections, how we will find out the length? Suppose this length is your delta x. And we have to find out this delta x. That means what we can say, let me draw again this. So I divide this section. So in number of parts, suppose this is one part, second part like this. In this way, I divide this. And we will find out each delta x. Equally, I have divided. Okay. Delta x. Delta x. So if you find out delta x, then in this way you can continue the length. That means where this depth is your equal to your NDL. That I will discuss. So now suppose I am considering this is your one section and this is your another section. That section I am drawing here. Section 1 and section 2. Okay. So up to this much, this is your water depth. Y1, Y2. Next, there is some velocity also. So velocity head. So this is your V1 square by 2 g, V2 square by 2 g. And there is some loss, isn't it? And that loss will occur because of what? Because of what? This loss will occur? Because of friction. So this angle is suppose friction angle, let's say. So this distance is now how much? Height of this is how much? If this distance is delta x and angle is SF, friction slope, then this is how much? This is how much? This distance.
HF.
Simple mathematics can SF into delta x, isn't it? If SF is your angle, that means a very small angle, tan theta, then what happened? Here, this distance is suppose y. And this is how much? Delta x. So y is equal to how much? SF into delta x, isn't it? So
Yes,
similarly, this height is how much? Tell me. This height is how much?
SB into delta x.
SB into delta x, yes. Up to this much clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now see. This energy level, that means section at energy level 1, energy level, and section 2 energy level is same. Now, isn't it? So if equating what we will get? Delta x SB plus y1 plus e1 square by 2y3 is equal to delta x SF plus y2 plus e2 square by y3, isn't it? Clear up to this much?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
This is
Yes, sir.
this term is what? This term is what? y1 plus e1 square by 2y3.
Specific energy.
Yes, specific energy. So E1, this is your E1. So this is your E2. I'm in class. Okay. E2. So we can write in this way: delta x SB plus E1, delta x SF plus E2. So what we have to find out? We have to find out delta x. So delta x is how much? E2 minus E1 delta x, I'm finding out, SB minus SF. That means this is equal to delta E by SB minus SF. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So if
Yes,
you
sir.
have to find out this delta x, I'm considering I have divided the entire length of the profile in number of delta x, thus I am finding out one delta x. Okay. So in this delta x, for this, you can find out this delta x by how? Energy difference, specific energy difference by SB minus SF. Now this SF, what SF you are considering? You will get different SF. You will get one SF here and you will get another SF here. After that, suppose you are considering another section here, then this SF will be changed because SF is what? Depend upon your velocity. Your velocity is changing here. Here it is different velocity, so it's making a different angle at here. Suppose this is your SF1. Again, if I further go upstream suppose, then there will be SF2 that depends upon velocity T2. Isn't it? Because T is equal to 1 by n r to the power 2 by 3 SF to the power half. Sometimes I'm writing this SF as SB. When it is SF and SB equal? When SF and SB is equal? For what condition?
Sir, in critical flow.
Oh no, when flow is uniform. In uniform flow, your SB is equal to SF. Because at that time, throughout the length of the river, the depth is same. Throughout the length of the river. So your SF and SB will be same. So that means your SF is depend upon your velocity. Isn't it? So SF is equal to what you can write? T into N R to the power 2 by 3 whole to the power 2x. Isn't it? So this is your SF. So for finding out SF, you have to consider this SF as SF bar. You have to writing SF bar. SF bar means what? Your SF1 plus SF2 by 2. You are finding out the length of the profile between two sections, isn't it? So you have to find out the SF also in that two sections, and you have to take the average. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Up to this was clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, that means how will you do this? Let me again draw this. We are doing a problem also, then it will be clear to you. Don't worry. This is your CDR. This is your NDR, suppose. And your profile will be like this. Okay, your profile will be like this. So we divide this into, suppose, this is one bit here, near to the control section. Again, I have divided this. This is your Y1. This depth is Y1. This is Y2. So you know this Y1, but you don't know this Y2 value, or you delta X. So suppose you are considering this Y2 value now. Suppose you assume that this Y2 value. Suppose this is your 3 meter. That means the height of this dam is 3 meters, suppose. So near to this, the height is also 3 meter water surface profile. So this is suppose your 2.5 meter. You have considered a distance of height of 2.5 in the water profile, because suppose your NDL is 1.5. NDL is your 1.5, suppose. So up to 1.5 depth, we have to compute this. That means where it will meet the NDL. Not exactly 1.5, we are considering 1.01 of YN, because it meets the upstream asymptotically. That is, it meets the NDL almost parallel asymptotically. That's why we are considering 1.01 of YN, or sometimes we are considering 1.1 of YN also. That there. Okay. So now this is Y2 is equal to 2.5. So these 2.5 will occur at a distance of, suppose, delta x1. Delta x1. Now we have to find out this delta x1. That is, at what distance from the downstream Y2 is 2.5. That thing you have to calculate. After that, suppose, again I am considering one section here. This is suppose delta x2. This is suppose your YC is equal to 2 meter. After finding out this distance, Y2 2.5 at what distance, again you have to, this is now your Y1. Now in the next step, this Y2 becomes your Y1 now. Okay. So at what distance from Y2, the height of water surface will be 2, that you have to find out, and that is your delta x2. And how you will find out? You will find out by this formula. Suppose delta x1 is equal to E2 minus E1 SB minus SF bar. You can find out E1. How you can find out E1? E1 is equal to what? Y1 plus E1 square by twice d. You know. E2 you can find out. Thus you have considered E2 as 2.5 meter. So Y2 plus V2 square by twice d. You can find out V2 also, because discharge is constant. And we also consider width of the river is constant. That means one drawback of direct step method is what? One drawback is what? It can apply to prismatic channel only. That means if the width is constant throughout the length, okay, then only it can be applied direct step method. So you can find out E2. SF also you can find out. SB if it is given. SF you can find out by SF1 plus SF2 by 2 SF1. SF1 you can find out from Manning's equation, and SF2 also you can find out from Manning's equation. So in this way you can find out delta x1. After finding out delta x1, you have to find out delta x2. So in that way you have to continue up to a depth of yn is equal to 1.01. 1.01 y. So this is suppose 1.5. That means your last depth will be how much? So this is your last depth. So this is how much? 1.5 into 1.01. This is your 1.51. 1.5 into 1.01. Yeah, 1.51. So up to a depth of, this is your, suppose y4, 1.515. 1.515 meter. So next is suppose x3. After finding out x2, you have to find out x3. Then this is suppose y1 is equal to where? Y4 is equal to where? 1.515. For that depth, you have to find out x3. So in that way you can compute. But one drawback is what? It can be applied in prismatic channel only. First drawback. It can be applied in prismatic channel. And next is what your this delta x. That means you divide the length in a smaller part. If delta x is very large, suppose you are considering this delta x, this whole length is suppose how much? Suppose 100 meter, and you just divide into two parts, 50-50. Then this error will be more. There will be error depending upon this delta x. So you have to choose a suitable value of delta x. If you are considering very small value, you have divided the entire x into a number of parts, then you will get a good result. If you divide into a large value, then there will be an error. Okay, that is the second disadvantage. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So now first we will discuss about direct step method problem. Thus we have discussed the direct step method. Now we will solve a problem of direct step method. So then it will be easier for you if I am discussing which a problem. Excel sheet is visible.
Yes, sir.
It's here. First, we will discuss direct step method. To find out the profile length in direct step method, you have to make a table like. Okay. Delete these things. Okay. So what is given in this problem? A rectangular channel of 6 meter width and base level of 0.006 is carrying a discharge of 5 meter cube per second. So discharge is given 5 meter cube per second, and width of the channel is 6 meter and base slope is 0.006. Manning's coefficient is given as 0.014. A barrier of height 1 meter was constructed across the channel to raise the water level. Compute the flow profile on upstream of the barrier. First part. Okay. So what is given here? So this barrier is how much? Your 1 meter. This height. Okay. This height is your 1 meter. And this is a rectangular segment. That means your profile will be like this. So first, what you have to find out what type of profile this is. That is whether it is M profile or S profile. So how you can find out these things? Huh? See, you have to find out YC. YC is equal to what for rectangular segment? E square by G whole to the power 1 by 3. Isn't it? YC. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So this is 5 by 6. 5 is the distance. Small q is equal to what here? Distance per unit width. Isn't it? So 5 by 6 whole square by G 9.81 by 1/5. And this is how much your 0.414. So YC is somewhere here. YC 0.415. This is your YC. Clear? Now what you have to find out? Tell me. Next step is what?
Sir, find out YN.
YN. And how you can find out YN? How you can find out YN?
Sir, from Dasenbar formula.
Yes, from Dasenbar formula you have to find out. Okay. So if Dasenbar formula, you have to find out YN. That's from Dasenbar formula, you are getting approximate value of YN. And you have to say whether that YN satisfies the distance or not. If it is not satisfied, then you have to again what you have to do?
Sir, assume another value.
Yeah, assume another value and you have to say. And after setting this, you are getting this YN as how much? I'm not doing all this step. Do it by yourself. I will give you this assignment also as the assignment. So after that, you are getting YN as how much? 1.26. YN. Sorry. Yeah, 1.26. So this is your 1 meter. That means YN is where? Like this. So this is your YN. So my profile is wrong. This profile is not like this. Isn't it? YN is above YC and your water profile is between YC and YN. So what type of profile this is?
Sir, M1.
No, not M1. What type of profile is this? Anyone? Tell me, see. This is your. So this is your water depth here. Previously, water depth is here. Now, because of this, it will be like this. So, what type of profile this is?
M2.
M2, yes. So, this is your M2 profile at the initial stage. Because it lies between YC and D. This is your NDR. And this is your CDR. If it's a profile lies between NDR and CDR, and your NDR is above CDR, then this is your M2 profile. So, what type of profile this is? Profile M2. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So, next step, see here. Next step. If the slope of this channel is reduced to this much, what type of profile will be forming on the upstream? Now, previously your slope is how much? 0.006. Now your slope is reduced to 0.001. Now your slope is reduced, again reduced, 0.001. Now what happens? If this slope is reduced, then which value is changing here? If you are changing the SB value, then which value is changing? Now slope is reduced to 0.001. Previously slope is 0.006.
Sir, yn value changing.
Why value changing? Because in the Dasen-Bach-Moura SB term is there. Now, if you change the value of yn, SB, this value, then your yn value will be changed. And you have to say now what type of profile will be formed. Clear?
Yes.
So next here, if the height of the barrier is increased to keeping the slope as 0.001. So now what they are saying, height of the barrier previously it is 1 meter. Now it is how much? 2 meter. Clear? Now it is 2 meter. So if height of the, let me draw it again. Your YC will be same. It doesn't depend upon your height of the barrier. Critical CD artificial depth line will be same. Now what they are saying, now this barrier depth is 2 meter. This is your 2 meter. YC. This is your YC. YC is 0.4641. Yn you calculate. So it is, if you are calculating Yn, then it is less than 2 meter. It is around your 1.26. Okay. So that's it. This is required. Now what type of profile will form? Now what type of profile will form? What is the type of profile now?
Sir, M1 profile.
M1 profile now. Yes. Now you have to compute this M1 profile. It is where we first sense will occur in the profile and compute it for this situation. Now we will use direct step method here to find out this length. What is the length of this? In this problem, you have 3 steps. 3 parts, not steps, 3 parts. One is what type of profile you have to find, compute the flow profile pattern, that is all there. As part, second, that you have sent the slope, and for this send the slope, what type of profile now? And after that, for that, if you raise this height of this barrier, now profile will send, and now you have to compute this length. Clear? Is this problem is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Now see here. Now we will make a table like this. This is your Y. So in this Y, first depth is I am considering as 2 meter. That means depth of the barrier itself, 2 meter. After that 1.8, 1.6, 1.4 and up to 1.27. I am completing in 5 steps, 5 sections. First, you have to do this. Next, you have to find out the area. Area is equal to what? Y to B. B is given. B is how much? 6. 6 into Y. This is your area. So here, then perimeter, weighted perimeter is what? Huh? B how much? 2 into y. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So R is equal to what?
So A by P.
E by P. This is A by P. Then V is equal to what? E is equal to Q by A. Q is given as how much? 5 divided by A. A is how much? 12 here. Clear? Up to this was clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Rather, I am going to step by step. First, I will calculate this upside. So E is equal to how much? Y plus, this is Y, plus V square, this is V square, by 2Z into 9.81. E. Now delta E you have to find out. So for finding out delta E, you have to move to next step. That is 1.8. 1.8. This is for this line. This side, this section. Next, suppose this is here it is delta X. This is your Y2. Delta X1. So just we have calculated Y1 here. Value of E corresponding to Y1. Now we have to calculate Y2. Value of E corresponding to Y2. So Y2 similar question. A is equal to B into Y perimeter. Y plus B plus twice Y. Hydraulic radius A by P. Velocity Q by A. E and delta E, I will write down here. Delta E is equal to how much? This minus this. Here.
Yes, sir.
So next is your SF. SF is equal to what? E square M square by R to the power 4 by 3. Isn't it? E is equal to 1 by n R to the power 2 by 3. SF to the power half. From this formula, SF is equal to V square M square by R to the power 4 by 3. So SF1 is equal to what? V square. Where is this? V. Into n square. N value is given as 0.014. 4. R to the power 2 by 3. R is how much? This. R to the power what? 2 by 4 by 3, no? Four by 3. This is your SL. Clear? So SF bar is equal to what? SF1 plus SF2 by 2. Isn't it? Plus this. Delta X is equal to what? delta x is equal to delta E minus SB minus SF. So this is your delta E. Delta E by, sorry, delta E. This is your delta E by SB minus SF. SB is how much? 0.001 here, isn't it? 0.0001 SB minus SF bar. SF bar we have calculated this much. So 2880.75 meter. This distance, delta x. Up to this was clear?
Yes, sir.
If you have any doubt, you can ask me up to this much.
Sir, how to calculate the delta E? Can you please elaborate?
Delta E, see, delta E means what? E1 minus E2. Okay? E1 we have calculated this value in E1. This value. This red one. This is your E1. How we have calculated E1? E is equal to y plus v square by twice v. Y is 2 meter here. V we have calculated here by twice v. In this way, you can find out E here. E1. Similarly, this is your E2. E2 is equal to y2. 1.8 is your y2 plus v square. This is your v. V square by twice v. E2. So delta is equal to E is equal to what? This E1 minus E2 is your delta. Here. And now delta x is equal to this delta E. Delta E by what? SB minus SF. SB is given 0.001 minus SF bar. SF bar is this one. Clear? Up to this was clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Anyone have any other doubt?
Sir, in the calculation of SF, in your decimal point, there is a term E. So what does that mean, sir?
This is e to the power 10 to the power 5. This is the Excel format. That means 3.12. This is the E05. That means what this is means 3.12 into 10 to the power minus 5. Clear?
Yes, sir.
That is the Excel format. Up to this was clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next step. Next step, I am finding out delta x for 1.3. Similar way, area first, B into Y, area, perimeter, weighted perimeter. This is always remember, this is not your perimeter, this is weighted perimeter. Weighted perimeter means B plus Y square. Perimeter means what? 2 into B plus Y. But this is your weighted perimeter, B plus Y square. 9.2, R is equal to what? A by P. This value is 1.043. P is equal to Q by A. Q by A. E, we are finding out now. Delta E is now how much? Delta E, this minus this. SF bar. SF bar. This plus this divided by 2. So delta x 3462. Let me say whether it is delta E is how much? This divided by SB is equal to 0.0001 minus SF bar. Yes. 3.62. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So next I am taking 1.4. Same way I am doing. 116. Yes. Okay. Now, what is the total length? All of these you have to sum. This plus this plus this plus this. 20552. That means 2 kilometers. Okay. That means see, to raise this height from 1.27 to 2, and there is at 1.27 or 1.26, 1.3, 1.26 to 2 meter. To raise the water surface profile 2 meter, it has to travel how much? 2 kilometer. That's why in normal eye or in your naked normal eye you cannot see this profile, though it is sending. 2 kilometer is a very long line, and in this 2 kilometer, same thing, depth is how much? Only this much. That means 2 minus 1.2674, 0.74 meter. 0.74 meter means 74 centimeter only in this 2 kilometer. Okay. That's why it is not visible. Clear? Is this problem is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll stop here today. So this problem is your assignment. I will give you the problem in your Google Classroom. So you have to solve this problem. I'm just giving you an idea how you have to. Not giving you an idea. One part I am showing you in details actually. So you have to solve this. Okay.